This has been kind of a long time in coming, but I'm really excited about it. I kind of impromptu today thought, I want to do another Phish album. And today, as chronology would dictate, Hoist is next up, which means I'm now at the album after Rift, which I'm really excited about because to me, Rift has slowly become one of my all-time favorite albums ever. And I've probably listened to a song from Rift every single day since I listened to Rift. That's not a joke. I'm very excited about Hoist. And as you guys know, Hoist, now that I listen to it, means I get to listen to a live one. And I was kind of waiting until we were doing this reaction to tell you guys that I'm going to be listening to a live one Saturday the 4th at 8 in the evening. So Saturday, January 4, we are going to get into a live one. I actually might go 7 in the evening just because I imagine that that's going to be a long video. So be ready for that. I'll obviously be putting up stuff. And if you're seeing this way after the fact, there's probably a link somewhere on the video that you're watching to bring you to my reaction to a live one. Guys, I know nothing about this other than people keep saying that this is kind of a step into a more commercial sound. It's a little bit more user-friendly to the masses, as chat has kind of led me to understand. So let's be the judge of that. I feel like part of me is going to miss what I've been hearing in the previous albums if it goes too commercial, but again, we will see. Guys, I'm going to hit the play button on this thing finally. Before I do, it's just very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button because it does go a long way to help me out. And if you really like what you see, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, or join us on Twitch. These people over here are actually the most wonderful people. They just want to listen to good music with you, let you know you belong, and so do I. Guys, without further ado, let's hoist up a Phish, shall we? We're jumping into Julius. Here we go.
Danger, I've been told to expect it. I begin my descent down the cold granite steps.
Ooh. Does Trey, this is going to sound silly, but does Trey play a D28? Because I have a Martin D28, and I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm hearing Rosewood and Sitka Spruce.
I begin my descent down the cold granite steps. And who could have turned among those I can fight in? I think that I know what I haven't known yet. Cause a week is a month and an hour a day. When you're reaching just pushes it further away.
Whoa, yeah. This
with
bass.
Your past and your future precisely divided. Am I at that moment? I haven't decided.
Don't take another step.
Decided.
Don't take another step.
So I want to revisit the lyrics. I'm going to pause it. I really loved that. Danger, I've been told to expect it. I begin my descent down the cold granite steps, and who could have turned among those I confide in? I think that I know what I haven't known yet, because a week is a month and an hour a day. When you're reaching just pushes it further away. I feel like that should say when you are reaching, but neither here nor there. With your past, that's the correct your. With you are past, I'm kidding, and your future precisely divided.
And stretching out into the...
And am I at that moment? I haven't decided. I loved where it kind of went like Jethro Tull transition. Like if you think Thick as a Brick, where they come in with that big spot, but then the guitar tone totally changes from a Tull sound.
Don't take another step.
I haven't decided.
Don't take another step.
Very Tull. Where is this guitar? What do I feel like this
is stretching out into the sea? Aquitana, is that what the prophet told me you saw?
I love the bass line too. This blues walk is nice.
I came out on top by the luck of the draw. Cause a week is a month and an hour a day.
Oregon.
When you're reaching just pushes it further
maybe it's saying you're reaching as in like the possessive of, you know, I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
And what's the return on the faith I provided? I think that I know now.
That horns. Who did the background vocals?
Well, I haven't decided. I haven't decided. No. I'm gonna take another step. I'm gonna blame it on myself. Lay it on my brother.
Wait, is he? So listen to this. I believe he's saying he's gonna do it, and then the background singers are being like, no, don't.
I've been decided. No. I'm gonna take another step. I'm gonna blame it on myself. Lay it on my brother.
I love this. The horn section is really nice. Sounds like a Molly Hatchet guitar tone. Kinda has a big band thing going, and I love it.
Well, I haven't decided. No, I haven't decided.
Wait a minute, are you telling me that Riker played trombone on this? Wait, and it was too complex, so they did Riker's Mailbox. Okay, got it. For a moment, I was like, honey, please tell me that's a thing I can view.
Wake up in the morning, you'll be gone. Don't blame it on your brother when he's sleeping. Wake up in the morning, you'll be gone. Before you take another step,
I like this a lot.
don't blame it on yourself. I haven't decided. Lay it on your brother when he's sleeping.
The horns are really just juicy. He's making the trumpet growl. This is really good, dude. These background vocalists are gnarly good. They've even got the background vocalist panned, dude. Like she was over here in the left. Don't blame it on yourself. That girl, she literally sang that into the left ear. Headphone users, I'm talking to you guys watching this video. Pay special attention to where you hear the voices come from. I feel like you can feel the room that they're recording in. Bassline is S tier right now. I love a walking bass. Do they run this in, like, hard live? Hang on, we're getting a little discordant here. Right there. The vocal, you guys are going to be like, Walter, you just went with the first song you could think of that had a really big female vocalist. I'm reminded of A Great Gig in the Sky in this part. That part. I love hearing them all talking. Hups, like that, even that little bit. Like I said, it adds the character of feeling like you're in the room with them. And I've made a comment a lot as I listen to albums, and you can kind of tell the albums that were played layer by layer, piece by piece, and the albums that a whole bunch of, like, the band got into a room and they tried to do takes, like, together, right? Because they have this feeling, like, of clothes brushing up against each other. Like, you can hear the room coming back to the microphone sometimes. And I don't know if this was done piece by piece, but that they left characteristics of it in there that make it seem that way is really special. I really enjoyed that. I also really liked that it was kind of just a nice walking blues run. You know what I mean? Like, that was a good feeling song. I could absolutely see that being just a rager at a show, especially if they had horns and, like, you know, they were background singers. I don't know how they would do it with the four of them. I'd be really interested to see that. This one is Down with the Disease. Ooh. It's like a Les Claypool kind of bass sound. This is an interesting bass sound.
Down with disease, 3 weeks in my bed, trying to stop these demons that keep dancing in my head.
Ooh. This feels like a shout out to addiction. Maybe it's just me, but this first part, 3 weeks in my bed trying to stop these demons that keep dancing in my head. Maybe I'm projecting my interpretation of it. Don't mean to if that's the case, but it's a relatable feeling. Just that stanza there, man, isn't it ever?
Down with disease, and I'm up before the dawn. 1,000 barefoot children outside, dancing on my lawn. Dancing on my lawn, waiting for the time when I can finally see this has all been wonderful, but now I'm on my way.
I don't know if you noticed this, but the background vocalist, I don't know who it was, but it only came into the right ear, which further, or to the left ear, which further, reinforces to me the idea that this was kind of done together in a room.
Wonderful, but now I'm on my way. When I think it's time to leave it all behind, I try to find a way to, but there's nothing I can say to make it stop.
I'm stopping because I can't get past the imagery I'm seeing, waiting for the time when I can finally say this has all been wonderful, but now I'm on my way. Because there really is this period of time where you think maybe I won't always want to rip my own skin off, you know? Again, and maybe it's just hitting me between the eyes allegorically or in an abstract way, but, like, I feel pretty connected to it, even if it was just written about a dude being sick. Okay, my favorite movie is the movie Clerks. What this song reminds me of is the very opening scene of Clerks. After Dante has answered the phone and gets told he has to go into work, they play this song, and I can't even think about what the song is right now, but this guitar tone this song in general reminds me of the opening song of Clerks.
In my mind, we're climbing up my waterfalls and swinging on my vines. So I try to hear the music, but I'm always losing time, 'cause I'm stepping on my rhythm and they're
Berserker. I have a t-shirt of Olaf doing the Berserker bit, and it just says Berserker underneath, and on the back is a bunch of tour dates for the band F Your Yankee Blue Jeans. It's nice. It's nice.
Stealing all my lives and I keep waiting for the time when I can finally see that this has all been wonderful, but now I'm on my way. When I think it's time to leave it all behind, I try to find a way to, but there's nothing I can say to make it stop.
Yeah, dude, no, I'm based in the camp that this relates enough to addiction. Really. Oh, and the Say Sorrow there. I want to hear the bass bit again, so you get to hear that with me. That bass line, that bending guitar, and then that. I love a Say Sorrow.
That this has all been wonderful, but now I'm on my way. When I think it's time to leave it all behind, I try to find a way to, but there's nothing I can say to make it stop.
Bro, this is such a good feeling. I love this solo. I also just want to comment on the lyricism, right? Just look at this writing. Look how eloquent. You know, like Shakespeare himself gets a bucket of cold water chucked all over him against lyrics like this. Still wailing in the background.
Waiting for the time when I can finally say this has all been wonderful, but now
He's doing leads and singing.
waiting for the time when I can finally say this has all been wonderful. Now my
These aren't easy leads. Normally, I'm going to go back because I hear that it seems like these songs transition into one another, but normally, when a dude does a guitar solo, his face is normally like, you know, think John Mayer. But when you're singing at the same time, it's nuts. You have to have such a big brain, such an economy of movement with your hands. You also, you're kind of just independently doing everything. Again, your hands, your mouth, your brain is controlling two things. He's also stepping on pedals as he goes. I didn't hear him wahing the guitar, so I'm just saying the amount of motion and brain function it takes to be able to play a lead like that and then come back in to that transitionary piece. It really is, it's not easy. It takes a lot of brain power to do that. That's a big brain function. There's just no way around it. That is doctorate level guitar playing for sure.
this has all been wonderful. Now I'm on my way.
Bass line.
Take me to another place, she said.
Alison Krauss is the female singer?
Another time.
Really? But did they go down by the river to pray?
Take me to another place, she said. Take me to another time.
Is that a bass or no? It's a guitar with a beefy tone. I thought for a moment that was the bass played up high, but no.
Take me to
Right now, the bass.
Another place, she said. Take me to another time.
Does he finger pick, or is this all done with the plectrum?
Across the oceans, float me on a silver cloud.
Ah, man. That word cloud hit me.
If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, and I'd take you now.
Stay with me till time turns over.
I wanna feel my feet leave the ground. Take me where the whispering breezes can lift me up and spin me around.
Oh, man.
If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, and I'd take you now. Yeah, laughing as we go. Take you now, flipping backwards through the doors and through the windows. You now, I'm melting into nothing. If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, and I'd take you now.
Oh, man.
If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, but I don't know how.
Sometimes you just feel really understood by a song, I think. I think this one really understands me. I feel like in a lot of ways it's kind of articulating like the deepest desire of my life, right? Like I've spent so much of my last few years trying to get a clear head and recognizing the damage I did in my life prior, like as a wealthy drunk. um and now that I'm like not that, and I'm staring at a life I kind of torched, and things are good. Like I'm come back out of a lot of crap, but like uh I'm working on building my bridges back, I guess. But the desires of my heart, like the thing I want more than anything is to like find my person, right? Like to feel like I'm worth it to somebody. um you know Feeling like somebody would think I'm worth laughing with. And it's crazy to think that they're articulating these things that they want, or this idealism of this thing that they want. And then they're acknowledging that they would, if they could, find this thing or feel this thing, but they don't know how. I don't mean to get emotional talking about it, I guess, but I know how that feels to know what you want but not know how to get it. And I think just hearing Alison Krauss as accompaniment adds a crazy kind of dynamic to it, where it really adds a personality to the song that doesn't just seem like a dude is sad, but it almost kind of reminds me of that. It's the same kind of idea with like Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow in Picture, right? Like very different concepts that brought the song to be written, of course, but this hits hard, dude. I am happy to revisit Lyrical Phish. I don't know. I feel like everybody kind of talked about how Rift was like a divorce album, and I related to Rift because I felt like some of the even the nonsensical nature is like what it sounds like when you're grieving a divorce, right? And this feels kind of like he's moved past a divorce and is just kind of like, what do I do now? Like, what do I do now? I literally made a video like 2 months ago saying, I need to get this off my chest. I'm unhappy. And I kept saying, I don't know what to do. And this, I kept seeing that video in my head as I was listening to this part. And I don't mean to stop so much and break the flow, but golly day, this is hitting me, you know?
I'm melting into nothing. If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would.
There's something really special about being understood by music, though, you know? Because it doesn't feel as alone because somebody's saying it.
But I don't know how. If I could, I would, but I don't know how. If I could, I would, and I take you now.
I'm really fighting it right now. Wow. This is the best Alison Krauss song ever, isn't it? That's the best Alison Krauss song I've ever heard. That was a really good song. Oh man, that was a really good song. I feel a little emotionally heavy after that one. I didn't think that like early 90s Phish was gonna make me feel like. How old were they when they made this? I'm 33. Man, If I Could was so good. Is Riker's Mailbox? Oh, okay. It's an intro. This is Riker's Mailbox. By the way, I'm a big Trekkie. I don't know if you knew this. I like all things Star Trek, just so you know. Benjamin Sisko is the best captain. Riker is the best number 2. Or number 1. Nah, Dax was the hardest to lose. Oh, man. Is there a Axilla? Am I missing something about part 1? Or am I forgetting I heard it already?
Sitting out by the pool. A ray of sunlight getting in my way. Close your eyes and wish they would go. Every day.
No, I want to know how did they make that noise? It sounded like, cellophane flowers.
Getting in my way.
How did their voices do
Close
that?
your eyes and wish.
That. It sounds like, Very Beatlesy.
Every day. And I wish it could be back the other way. But what's this all day coming back today? Close your eyes and wish they were. Close your eyes and wish they were.
This sounds like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds when I hear that vocal take, and I love it.
Close your eyes and wish they were.
Yeah. One hand on an organ, one hand on a piano.
Never understood what my body was for. That's why I always leave it laying out on the floor. The shape of curiosity, where different faces fit before. Tracing my image in the sand to pass the time from slip to fall. The line I trace begins to weave a tangled web from wall to wall.
Oh man. I would find one in Nashville, but I live in Phoenix, so it'd be difficult. It's a hell of a commute. Dude, this is great. Who's doing the screaming in the back? Who? Yeah. What the frig is that noise? Got it. Thank you. Oh man. That was such a goofy noise, but it was such a... There's no way they're gonna crescendo it for a friggin' minute. What are they gonna do? Someone's talking over here. Now it's over here. Am I hearing them talk in the studio about what sounds cool? Bro. So slowed his voice down like in chalk dust. Don't shine that thing in my face, man. That kind of reminded me of that moment. Hey, am I driving okay? I think we're parked, man.
Don't shine that thing in my face, man. I'm serious. Turn it off. Turn it off. Okay.
Hey, thanks. I do voices. God, Hank Hill here, Methodist. Oh. Okay. Lifeboy? Okay. I love this You hear the string tug in the background? Like, is that a violin?
Swinging on the lifeline,
Oh.
fraying bits of twine, entangled in the remnants of the knot I left behind,
Oh, shit.
and asking you to help me make it finally unwind. But God never listens to what I say. God never listens
Oh.
to what I say. So very hard. And you won't get a refund if you overpray.
You don't get a refund if you overpray. Oh my god. And then that sound. We've all been in that moment where
And when the line is breaking, when I'm near the end, when all the time spent leading I've been following instead.
I
When all
love
my thoughts and memories
the Rainbow Connection
hanging by a
banjo
thread.
sound here.
Well, God never listens to what I say. God never listens to what I say. So very hard, and you won't get a refund if you.
Was it? Hang on, I'm not trying to pause. Am I hearing like a violin getting plucked?
So very
Or a harp?
hard, and you won't get a refund if you overpray.
Just this idea, you don't get a refund if you overpray. I feel like this swinging on the lifeline, fraying bits of twine, entangled in the remnants of the knot I left behind. Like, the knot being the mess you made, the knot being like the knot you tied with your spouse, whatever the case may be. Asking you to help me make it finally unwind. Whether that's like helping you get out of sadness or helping, like, wanting your closure from that knot you left behind. And I 100%, I think anybody that's been through a scenario like that where they lost a relationship that they didn't want to lose, you start praying these prayers to a God that you do or don't believe in, and hoping that somehow some energy of the universe is going to change all of the bad stuff that caused you to separate, and all of a sudden it'll get to go back to the way it was when things were good. I can remember. I'm not gonna go into it actually.
And all my thoughts and memories are left hanging by a thread. listens.
I do want to make the comment, though, as a person who has found a faith, and say what you will, say I'm leaning on a faith because sobriety, it makes it easier on my life. I don't care what you say. I do believe that God listens. I just think sometimes our desires are misaligned with what we should be doing. I don't think God necessarily plans everything out for us, but I do think he listens. Whether he listens or not doesn't mean he's going to do something just because you asked, though.
To what I say, God never listens. To what I say, so very hard, and you won't get a refund if you overpray.
This music brings me home. It really does. It's like a farmer's market in Kingsport.
Stranded on this slender string,
Really ethereal sound, kind of mixing with a pastoral sound.
time, dangling here between the light above and blue below that drags me down.
Oh man. Even just the Appalachian sound that I hear in their music, that crescendo.
But God never listens to what I say. God never listens.
This reminds me of a song, but I can't think of what it is.
So very hard, and you won't get a refund. God never listens.
I can remember thinking that so many times.
God never listens to what I say. So very hard, and you won't get a refund if you overpay.
I would like to say, I do think that my prayers were answered. And I say that because here I sit, talking to a whole bunch of people, making videos when I never thought I'd do it again, never feeling like I'd ever feel like any version of a recognizable person to me again. And I feel like the fact that I am better now than I was a year ago, and even better than 2 years ago and 3 years ago, I think that's an answered prayer. But I also had to do my part, you know?
Never listen.
Oh, man. This has been one of my favorite instrumental sounds. I like the banjo sounds that are pinging. What I feel is a I don't know what it is, but it's when you play a violin really fast. How old did you say they were when they wrote this album? I'm 33. I feel like I just am hearing similar places in my life, you know? That was Lifeboy, Crimson. Yeah. Here's my pick-me-up. Oh, thank God. I gotta be honest, this has been the most emotionally taxing of them. And I don't say taxing in the sense that it's hard. It's like, I feel like this would have been a difficult thing to write because it handles a lot of heavy subject matter. Excuse me. But yeah, just so you guys know, if ads get hit, I typically pause it whenever the song finishes up, so we you don't miss anything. And I appreciate your understanding on that. I don't want people to feel like they have to subscribe so they don't get ads, so I'm just as cool to like stop and chill. Anyways, guys, this is Sample in a Jar, the pick-me-up that they tell me I need after Lifeboy. All right, here we go. His little licks in the middle of his leads are so nice.
It's hidden far away, though someday I may tell the tale of metal tangle. To your world I fell.
I love that.
Without you now I'd wander soaking, secretly afraid. But in your grasp the fears don't last, though some of them have stayed.
Dude! The lyrical take. I'm sorry. I love that I'm getting to jump into lyrics that don't seem abstract to the point of absurdism, but it's hidden far away, though someday I may tell the tale of metal tangle. When you're into your world I fell. Without you, now I wander, soaking, secretly afraid. This idea of just being soaked in fear. You know, it could be sweaty from fear. It could be anxious from fear, whatever. I love that imagery there. Wander, soaking, secretly afraid. But in your grasp, the fears don't last, though some of them have stayed. It's like no person can fix you entirely, but they can help quell some of the things, some of the demons that haunt you, just because they're there to remind you you're more than the sum of your crap.
I wheeled around because I didn't hear what you had said and saw you dancing with a lady up on Limon's bed. And I was foggy, rather groggy. You helped me to my car. The binding belt and closing me. A sample.
Did he come in with double bass there?
And I was foggy, rather groggy. You helped me to my car. The binding belt enclosing me, a sample in a jar.
No, he didn't. Burn her down. You named your son Elihu? Elihu?
And their wares. I shuffle by, alert but numb to all the glances and the glares.
You hear the echo? I don't know if it's like a background vocal or if they just let it be a long delay.
Alert but numb to all the glances and the glares.
I love that.
Heating all the times I raised my cup. It's now I know that you knew that I'd soon end up in.
It's like he's singing background vocals as a round almost.
I wheeled around because I didn't hear what you had said. Saw you dancing
I love
with
that.
the lady up on Limon's bed. And I was foggy, rather groggy. You helped me to my car. The binding belt enclosing me, a sample in a jar. You treated me like the others, and now I don't.
Thank you, drunk guest.
The simple smiles and good times seem all wrong.
No, I want to hear it again. I that long drawn out wrong and then that transition. Yes.
I wheeled around because side. I didn't hear what you had said and saw you dancing with a legging on Mollymore's bed. And I was foggy, rather groggy. You helped me to my car, the binding belt enclosing me, a symbol in a jar. A symbol in a jar. A symbol in a jar.
Was this on the radio?
A symbol in a jar.
Okay. I want to hear this live. This is one of his most dynamic solos I think I've heard. But, okay, hang on. I should, on the albums, I should clarify. Maze was also super huge, but this was just different. I feel like this came with a presence and a feeling that I articulated something kind of different than what I've heard him articulate before. I don't want to say the word Freebird. I'm trying really hard not to say the word Freebird. This was recorded live. This has been one of my favorite guitar solos I've heard him do. Also, a little bit of that smell, like the guitar tone was a Skinnerdy tone. I'm not trying to compare every guitar solo I hear to Freebird. I definitely liked this a ton, but I definitely felt like there was a little bit of that was a one-taker? Dude. It's fantastic. Wolfman's brother. Funky. That bass. Nah, I actually want to start this all over. There's a lot to this that I just didn't even come in. Like, you hear that wound string pick scrape he did to make that noise? Yeah, man. The organ, the horn.
Well, it was many years ago now.
This is a Mike song.
But I really can't be sure.
What's that wow noise?
It's when it all began then.
That noise.
I heard the knock upon my door. And the Wolfman's brother.
Okay.
Wolfman's brother came down on me.
You guys keep saying things that are Phish lyrics.
Was ringing.
You guys keep saying things in the chat and in comment sections that are Phish lyrics, and I connect them as I go along. I don't know which of you in the chat earlier said the telephone was ringing. That's when I handed it to Liz, but somebody said that earlier.
It's when I handed it to Liz. She said this isn't who it would be if it wasn't who it is. It's a Wolfman's brother, the Wolfman's brother coming down on me.
Can I get an interpretation of the Wolfman's brother?
So I might be on the side street or stairway to the stars.
The Wolfman's brother is Fishman. So the drummer, his moniker in this case, is the Wolfman's brother.
I hear the high-pitched cavitation of propellers from afar. It's the Wolfman's brother, 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 the Wolfman's brother.
Okay.
Down on me.
I love that horn.
So with meaningless excitement,
Like the horns are so good. Oh man, the piano. I know I'm pausing this one a lot, but I just keep hearing fun sounds.
So with meaningless excitement, it's smooth and tonal sound.
I'm hearing a harp, maybe?
It's like a cross between
The organ and the keys?
and a ship that's run aground. It's a Wolfman's brother, the 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 Wolfman's brother, coming down on.
That sustain.
It's a Wolfman's brother,
Ooh.
it's a Wolfman's brother. It's a Wolfman's brother. It's a Wolfman's brother.
Oh man. I really, really like this, dude. Are they saying things in the background that you guys are typing? Is that why I'm hearing Shirley Temple, or am I only hearing the word Shirley Temple because somebody typed it? Yeah, they're saying Shirley Temple. I really like this. It's got funk to it. It's got a fun bass line. That boom, 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 boom. I would totally dance to this song in a big crowd. I cannot wait to see Phish in concert. I cannot wait for them to come out west.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to skip through that song. I'm genuinely super sad that there's only 3 songs left. Thankfully, Demand is a friggin' 10-minute banger.
Wolfman's brother.
Coming down. It's a Wolfman's brother.
It's a Wolfman's brother.
Oh, man.
Shirley Temple.
Kitty Malone. Scent of a Mule. Okay. You guys ever hear Santana play Django at Woodstock? That's what this intro, up until now, it reminded me of. Oh, man.
Came alongside of the mules, riding in style. And suddenly, like the sound of the buzzards breaking.
What?
And suddenly, like the sound of the buzzards breaking. Kitty felt laser beams being fired at her head. She said, I hate laser beams. Never done seen asking for UFO, for UFO, for UFO.
Barbershop Quartet meets like Appalachian bluegrass sound. Love this.
The aliens fired from behind. Just stop the mules, kick her up, and a big old mule, take a big old dump. Down the mule, you better watch out where you go. Take your laser beams away.
I can't.
You better watch out where you go. You better stop that laser game. You'll smell.
Nobody in my whole entire life growing up ever told me that like you could have like psychedelic sci-fi bluegrass. I feel like knowing this would have changed the entire course of my musical journey as a person that plays instruments. I cannot help. I'm not making a comparison. Don't hear something I'm not saying, but I cannot help feel like Ween heard this too. Even if they would say it didn't, even if Ween fans would say they didn't, I feel like some of the absurdism that I'm hearing here is a little Ween coded, but maybe Ween is Phish coded too. Either way, it seems like they were making kind of similar sounds around kind of similar times, and it makes both of them special. Honestly, I did not anticipate to jump headfirst into both catalogs at the same time. It was genuinely just coincidence, but I'm seeing some contemporary scenario here.
Take your laser beams away. Sit on the mule, you better watch out where you go. You better stop that laser game. You'll smell my mule.
Huh? She's ready? My roommate and cousin, shout out to Simon Enjoyers everywhere, he just invested his life into an awesome, like the coolest pool table money can buy, and it's now set up in my living room. They've been setting up in my living room for like 6 hours, but it's now set up. Mazel tov. Well, my phone is my webcam, if you recall. I can't. It just won't happen until later. That's if they want to see the pool table in our living room, I will post it in the Discord.
Wait.
Not at the moment. Not at the moment with me live. Enjoy it.
She felt the fire against her neck, and it saddened her to feel it burn.
Sorry, I'm gonna go back a bit.
You'll smell my mule.
Stop that laser game or you'll smell my
She
mule.
felt the fire against her neck, and it saddened her to feel it burn. When suddenly, like the sound of a breathing Holstein,
These adjusting.
stop. We ain't looking for a fight.
It's like they intentionally just are like, okay, let's all just fall out and act like we're stopping, but then not stop. Let's make it sound. What the thing is, it sounds like when a band just naturally fizzles itself out because they realize somebody did something wrong and they're like, frig, let's start over. But this feels calculated, and that's interesting to me.
She felt the fire against her neck, and it saddened her to feel it burn. When suddenly, like the sound of a breathing
That's-
Holstein, Kitty said stop. We ain't looking for a fight. In Tomahawk County.
What was that?
I'm
I'm doing it again. You guys hate me for this one.
Kitty said stop. We ain't looking for a fight. In
Tomahawk County. This part. ringing a tuning fork in my loins. Sounds like home, dude.
They walked into her cabin shack. They'd never seen a southern home. And liked it better than UFO. They liked it. They really liked it. They said, hey, this place is. Here we shower ourselves in lightness.
Here we shower ourselves in lightness.
Samuel, you better watch out where you go. Take your laser beams away. Samuel, you better watch out where you go. You better stop that laser guy. Samuel, you better watch out where you go.
Oh, man.
Take your laser beams away. Samuel, you better watch out where you go. Better stop that laser guy.
The walking bass line here. The banjo. Who plays the banjo? Who plays the banjo? You know, my webcam froze. It should be better now. Sorry. Anyway, who? Oh, Bella Fleck. Gotcha. Thank you. Mike Gordon. Yeah, I feel like okay. That's a pretty definitive answer there. Hang on. Whoa, I almost didn't put that to the liked. This one, I'm not gonna lie, might have been close to my favorite. Honestly, if I could, is my favorite. I think that yes. Just heard somebody knocking on my window. Forgive me. What? No, I can't see you. Huh? Oh, my roommate locked himself out of the house, and I'm not going to shout my door code. Give me 1 moment. Sorry, guys. Simon's back inside. He is safe. Okay. So, yeah, Scent of a Mule. That was a fun one. That really brought me home. Anyways, so Dog-Faced Boy. Here we go. Man, I'm kind of sad. Honestly, this album is maybe number 2 to me right now. It's maybe competing with Junta for sure.
A moment on the Dog-Faced Boy.
Thanks for the clip fire.
I won't lend another hand to the worm girl of Hanoi. Don't deplete my oxygen for the guy who's turning blue. But ask me and I'll do anything for you. Whenever I think of you,
Oh, wow.
it only makes me feel sad. Whenever I think of you, the best friend I ever had.
Is this an actual song about
Before I
a
give it
dog?
all-
Hang on. Is this an actual song? I can't spare a moment for the dog face. Maybe a dog-faced. Okay. Who's the dog-faced boy? I won't lend another hand to the worm girl of Hanoi. Don't deplete my oxygen for the guy who's turning blue, but ask me and I'll do anything for you. Whenever I think of you, it only makes me feel sad. Whenever I think of you, the best friend I ever had. Ooh. Do you think that he is singing from the Oh.
Before I gave it all up for nothing.
Oh.
Well, I lied and I cheated, and it made me feel bad.
Whoa. Okay, never mind. This is giving it
Made
to
me
me.
feel guilty for not being true. Or the months I spent trying for a way to explain. In the end, all I could do was turn my head in shame. Whenever I think
I love
of you,
this Americana folk sound.
darling, it makes me feel sad.
Hearing the harmonies.
'Cause you deserve better, and once I was it. Somehow my good intentions just got up and hid.
Because you deserve better. And once I was it, but somehow my good intentions just got up and get. Like, go on, get. That kind of get, you know? Whoa. Golly. Goodness.
So I can't spare a moment on the dog-faced boy. I won't lend another hand to the worm girl of Hanoi. Don't deplete my oxygen for the guy who's turning blue. But ask me and I'll do anything for you.
I feel like to boot, I just saw what you typed in about from the .net about it kind of, you know, being an apology. And I feel like I definitely, again, resound with these feelings. Like, I am the dog-faced boy. I think I made a habit in my past of creating these really big problems in my life and turning myself into the victim of them. And then whenever that fell apart, my life fell apart, and I was, you know, I was overly committed to being the victim in the beginning. And then you start realizing, like, through introspection and, you know, reflection, you know, maybe I was wrong. And yeah, it's just, yeah, the way that they use something so Southern colloquial with get was really, really good.
Somehow my good intentions just got up and hid.
Because I think we've all had that feeling
So I can't spare a moment on the dog-faced boy.
where we all go into something
I
with good
won't
intentions.
lend another hand to the worm girl of Hanoi. Don't deplete my oxygen for the guy who's turning blue. But ask me and I'll do anything for you.
There you go. What's up, comment putter? Thank you for being here, friend. And by the way, I want to start. I'm going to go back to revisit this. I do want to say that right now, even before I hear demand, it's going rift hoist. I think Genta was like a close second. But I didn't feel the feelings in the... This feels like the next phase of my life after the rift phase of my life. Does that make sense to you? It feels like these are all feelings I deal with now, not whereas rift was feelings I can remember feeling not too long ago. So this is definitely been more of a, you know, a sentimental listen to me. Like, the musicianship was fantastic. You can definitely tell that, like, a lot of these songs are great vehicles for improv, but I think what makes this spiritual is the right word. I think what makes this a spiritual listen is how it connects, you know? And the way that the music makes you feel the emotions that the lyricism conveys has been particularly special. Even just down to the Appalachian sound to make me feel it's connected to me. I cannot necessarily put into words how special this has kind of felt to me. As just, again, when you can connect with the lyricist, that's a very special thing. I think we've all read something that has held deep meaning to us. And it's not easy to just articulate exactly the way somebody feels. So to do that so eloquently and then with such virtuous music behind it, yeah, This has been really good, and I'm really kind of sad that Demand is the last one, but we've got 10, almost 11 minutes. Let's knock this one out. Love you, Amargosa. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I like this fuzzy sound here. Also the polyrhythm thing that they're doing.
You may as well keep your belly full, for the time may come when you'll rely on the layer of fat that separates you from the rabid dog and the common fly. To a less demanding place on your spine, I feel you shift my weight around. I squirm and coil beneath your flesh, just like the guy you met in town.
I don't like that. That sucks. This is... The bass is so sexy. That's only coming into the right ear. This feels like Phish.
Driving home to mom and dad.
A little bit of this kind of reminded me, I think, of Time or On the Run. On the Run from Dark Side.
Driving home to mom and dad to spend a weekend with no care.
Aw? I can still hear stuff. Is that a car? Yeah, it's a car. It's a V6.
Nations win lots of great prizes like a complete home entertainment center worth $3,000.
There's the...
Stereo, CD player, VCR.
It feels like you're driving. You hear him turn the volume up in the car. What is this? Is this Hebrew? Or Koine or Greek? This bass line, I like this little chugging. You can still hear, it's like you hear the ocean or something as you're driving, or maybe it's just the wind, but I feel like you're hearing the ocean. Tape machine and some mics and just go for a drive? next show. Got it. I want to call attention to the bass, so listen to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the piano, they're all doing something different. What's interesting about this, and I'm gonna show this again, but just the reason this is interesting. So say you have a guitar player playing a 5/4, and then you have the bass or the drummer playing in a 4/4. This isn't gonna resolve until 20 measures have passed, right? So what's interesting, and I feel like so much of their tension and release feeling is based on when these things end up resolving, and resolving together, which makes it just such a fun thing, but it creates a madhouse of tension. So a measure of 9 and a measure of 8. So like again, in this context, you got 9, 8, and then let's just call it a 4/4. Okay, so you double them up. That'd be 72 measures. No, not it would be 36. Yeah, you'd reduce it 36 to. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing this wrong at this point. But because I'm overcomplicating it. But yes, the amount of resolve. Yes. The Hebrew thing is got me very interested. If you're looking for a great movie that is kind of based on like modern Jewish culture, and I say that very loosely, watch the movie A Serious Man. It's a Coen Brothers movie. It's one of my favorite movies. I love the Coen Brothers, but that movie in particular is really, really, really good. A Serious Man. Do yourselves a favor. It's getting bigger. And more tense, golly. Your friend was in that movie? That's awesome. Who was it? Are these double bends he's doing here? Like this noise? Oh my Lanta, it's getting big. I swallowed my spit wrong. Oh man. I swallowed my spit wrong. I'm sorry. I feel like I've got that little piece of liquid just right there. Man, that'd be terrible to do live on stream. I'm still hearing the waves. A siren. This reminds me of a King Gizzard live show. If you want a King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard sound that sounds like this, look up a couple of different live versions of their song Magma. Or Iron Lung. What's up, BT Disc Golfer? got into an accident? Is this a Shiva? It's like what a cantor would sing, you know? I don't know. Can anybody give me a Hebrew translation for that? As a person who is not Jewish, you know, beyond what I studied in college, I know very little about it. I was one of those like Christian college liberal arts kids, so you know, I had mandatory Old Testament study, but I don't have the ability to, you know, to read Hebrew. I would very much be interested in the translation of that. If you don't mind, put a translation for that in a YouTube comment, and I'll pin it. I really loved this. The crack, the way it ended, just kind of in like a spun out death. I don't know if this is intended to be a concept album, Hoist. I felt like it was interconnected for sure. Especially just this idea, when the way I kind of saw the ending was after a whole bunch of tough runs with your own life, a lot of which you caused, you're just kind of mindless and carelessly driving and die sad. And I guess there's I don't know. Maybe to me, this album kind of makes me think, perhaps allegorically at any rate, that, or maybe allegorically speaking, this album represents what my life might have been otherwise. And I think that, I don't know. I really deeply connected with this one. I really feel like Rift and Hoist have just spoken a language that I understand. And it did so using thoughts that I've had in as many words, and connected feelings in a way that I could understand them. I've always been a person that struggled to really articulate how I felt, and music has always been the way that I've been able to do that. My mom will tell you that most of my life, I couldn't necessarily tell her how I felt, but I could play her a song. And that, said everything I needed it to. And I feel like, lyrically speaking, when I reflect on my life, especially the last couple of years, I feel like I see things I would have wanted to convey in song. And there's just, I don't know, there was really something special about this one to me. And again, it was a quick jump. I saw a lot of people saying that they weren't excited for this part because they like tension and release Phish, and they weren't really necessarily excited about what was to come after this area. But to me, this really stuck out to me. It doesn't mean I don't like the tension and release stuff. I mean, Hoist still had it, but I connected deeply with the lyricism here, and I think to me that says a lot. I really loved this. So right now, Rift, Hoist, still probably, I don't know though. Junt is really good, but I really think that Nectar might be moving at least close to it. But I'd still say Junt is above Nectar. That's kind of where my brain is now. I don't know that I want to put this on album of the year yet. I want to continue to rate it or think on it. But guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. And thank you guys for going out of your way to make me feel like what I'm doing is not frivolous. Because a lot of times I feel like what I do is. So thank you.